Hey loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys, I'll be checking out Thomas Sowell as he speaks on how Israel can preserve America's existence. And you guys, I'm excited for this, and without much ado, let's see what Thomas Sowell has for us in this video.
We're into segment 5, which I had in my notes titled The Point of No Return. You mentioned in Dismantling America such a point in foreign policy. Let me quote you, Tom. Iran is advancing step by step toward nuclear weapons, while the Europeans wring their hands and the United Nations engages in leisurely discussion. When Osama bin Laden has nuclear weapons, the choice will be between knuckling under and watching American cities blasted off the face of the earth. That is the point of no return, and we are drifting toward it.
Yes.
Close quote. Nothing you've seen since you wrote that causes you to reconsider or mute your views?
No. I was appalled earlier this year when I think it was Gates or someone else in the Pentagon leaked the fact that there were no contingency military plans for stopping Iran from getting nuclear weapons. And now recently, there have been some talk that there are now plans. Mm-hmm. Now, I have no idea whether that means that there really are plans or whether they see an election coming and they'd better create the impression that they have more plans. Because they've covered themselves very well because they have international conferences over Iran. They have resolutions in the UN. These are what I call elaborate ways of doing nothing.
Well, we've got, let me quote you, Michael Barone, the journalist. You know Michael
Yes.
Barone. This is just from a couple of days ago. Quote, Time magazine's Joe Klein and the American interests' Walter Russell Mead suggested to me that the Obama administration is seriously considering a military strike against Iran. Now comes further evidence in an opinion article in the Washington Post by Stephen Simon and Ray Takei. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Simon worked in Bill Clinton's National Security Council, and Takei is described as a former advisor to the Obama administration. Their article takes seriously the possibility that the president will order such an attack. And your answer to that is, that could be nothing but cheap leaking.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
All right.
In fact, he doesn't have to do that. All he has to do is not interfere if the Israelis want to do it. I saw someplace where Saudi Arabia has indicated that the Israelis could fly over Saudi Arabia to get there. And it's ironic that they would have to go around Iraq and fly over Saudi Arabia because the American planes patrol Iraq and presumably would shoot down the Israeli planes on their way to Iran.
Let me ask you this. Do you consider it then the duty of the President of the United States to prevent Iran from gaining nuclear?
Absolutely.
That's clear to you.
Absolutely.
Unambiguous.
I don't know what earthly chance we have or the Western world has once Iran has those weapons. You know, it took two weapons.
What about this notion of deterrence? It worked during the Cold War.
Yeah, the Russians did not want us to blast Moscow off the map. The Iranians have said themselves, going back to Ayatollah Khomeini, that their top priority is not Iran, but Allah. And so if they get into a war in which Iran is knocked out, but they then strike a blow for Allah, they're happy with that.
And failing any serious sign that the United States would attack, would you say that it's the duty of the Prime Minister of Israel and his cabinet to order an attack?
Oh, absolutely. But think of how pathetic this is, that the fate of the United States of America would be in the hands of a country smaller than Lake Michigan.
You know, a lot of people recognize the threat of Iran, but you're actually one of the few people that I've talked to who really see it as a kind of, the term these days is existential threat to the United States. It really changes our existence.
Oh, absolutely. Going all the way back to the Ayatollah Khomeini, he said that his first loyalty is not to Iran, it's to Allah. And so if we can't deter them with the threat that we'll come in and destroy a whole lot of innocent Iranians. They don't care. I mean, you can't deter suicide bombers.
So deterrence worked. We're here at the Hoover Institution, which is home to a lot of people who were architects of the deterrence policy. Deterrence worked during the Cold War, but you don't think it will work today?
No, because you can't deter suicidal people. You either stop them or you don't stop them.
Do you think the administration is kind of distracted by what's going on the economic side and not paying enough attention to Iran, or do you think there's something more basic going on?
No, I don't think they ever intended to do anything serious to stop Iran. What they are doing is a lot of charades at the United Nations which follows the whole years. We've had all kinds of charades at the United Nations and at the League of Nations before that for the very same purpose of giving the impression that you're doing something when you're not doing a thing.
You guys, that was such an interesting one from Thomas Sowell. I really had fun reacting to him. He said a lot of things that were very useful and meaningful. And one thing I keep saying every single time is I wish a lot of people could hear Thomas Sowell, because the kind of thing that Thomas Sowell writes in his book is like a vision to the future. But most of the thing that he talks about pretty much kind of just happens later on. And I really enjoyed every minute of this video. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.